Traders, welcome back to another price session trading lesson. If I want to follow the direction of the market properly, I want to follow the trend line rule, which says after there is a break of the channel, we expect for prices to retest the new extreme. This was the first bearish leg. Prices broke outside and created the second leg to a new extreme. And also notice there was a bullish trend in the meantime that had a break and a new extreme. So this is what price action does. And if you want to follow the price action correctly, you want to follow the trend line rule. Now, even though the structure is more bearish at this point, we don't have wider confirmed downtrend just yet. It is way too early for this. So I'm just going to be following the shortened price action at the bottom right here. So you have uptrend working higher, followed by a break, new extreme, and market created new extreme for this uptrend. So right now, I'm thinking about possible sideways structure or even reversal maybe. But let's see what's going to happen. Okay, and prices continue working all the way back down. So this is indicating to me right now that the market cycle is starting to shift from bearish downtrend into a trend range. How do I know this? Well, because EMA is flattening and I'm starting to have move down, move up, move down, just a lot of price swings up and down through the exponential moving average. So once I'm watching this, I'm gonna try to locate the support. You can see it's getting some reaction and price action keeps trending higher, okay, and another push through the EMA. So this is confirming to me that we are in a range pattern because the EMA is getting flatter. So at this point, what I have to do, I just have to follow the shortened channels inside of this trend range, and I have to pay close attention to these important key levels. Now remember, we traded down into this trend range, so our bias is more bearish, but there is pretty much no setup for me just yet. Can I sell at the top of the trend range? I cannot. Why? Well, because this uptrend is in play, and as long as this uptrend is in play, I cannot sell just yet. So I'm just waiting, letting the price action do its thing. Okay, and market created a close outside, break outside this channel, and move to a new extreme. So I have a break new high. I have a failed breakout above this trend range, but we haven't even broken below EMA once. This is quite steep bullish trend. I would not fade just yet. And we have a decisive push back into the trend range. So this is how price action works when it comes to price action rules in trend ranges. Most breakouts will fail, and notice we traded down into trend range. Flat EMA, so you can see that the price action is giving you clues that we're transforming to trend range. Most breakouts will fail, and as you're pushing below EMA, what is the setup you're expecting? Lower high confirmation of the failed breakout, or if lower high will form bad, then failed second entry long. Okay, here you have lower high, but the bar is way too big, stem at the bottom, it didn't even trigger. So you don't have to worry about taking this lower high because it just didn't form that well, and there is no trigger here. But even if there is a trigger, you can't enter because it is way too big of a bar. And notice now we have counting from this highest high. First attempt to go long, it failed. Second attempt to go long. If you break below this bar, it's going to fail. So we have a lower high followed by a failed second entry long. But both signal bars are bad because this is a bullish signal bar. Half of this body is bullish bar, bullish body. So unfortunately, even though context is good for us to sell, we can't really sell just yet. And price action keeps working back up. I'm going to redraw the shortened uptrend. So at this point, no clear setup, no clear bias. We haven't pushed all the way down here, but this is quite a decent micro bullish uptrend. So just wait. If there's no high probability setup, you just got to wait it out. Okay, and price action keeps trading all the way back down. So this is good for bears. Okay, market keeps trending lower. What I can do, I can redraw slightly wider the channel like this, because this one has a break new low, another push to a new low, and another push to a new low. That means there's probably a bigger pattern. You can see how it's starting to be obvious. I'm going to zoom back for a little bit, that the bears are in control. You can see each new major high is lower than the previous one. So you're not thinking about buying just yet. This is way too bearish. We established a small trend range at the bottom here, but we're already breaking lower. So this is way too bearish, but the downtrend is not clear yet. And there was not even a good high probability setup just yet. So I'm just going to be observing the price action, trying to following the trend line rules. It's completely normal for price action to not be clear. Okay, we have a micro double bottom which resets the count. This is only first entry short. And you're right close to these lows. So I'm just waiting. Okay. You can see this is the area where it's unclear whether it's going to be a support showing reaction or the downtrend. But since we have bearish bias, You're expecting for prices to continue working lower. And notice prices keep trending lower. So, okay, at this point, the trend is finally starting to kick in. At this point, you can see consistent EMA rejection. This is why we're using the EMA supportive indicator, one of the key entry points, but also it can tell you what the price action is doing. So strong rejections of the EMA, and notice how the bars are getting smaller and smaller. The bullish pullbacks are also weaker and weaker, and this is more healthy downtrend now. So at this point, when I was watching this, I have to explain this fact that the price action had the two-legged pullback, transformed into trend range, most breakouts fail, stronger bearish bias was established, and now the trend is getting stronger and stronger. This means there has to be a bigger pattern, so I'm going to look for why the downtrend. At first I was looking for something like this, but that doesn't fit that well. So you can see if I'm going to go here, I'm going to connect the first two major swings, and the third swing will confirm it. I'm going to copy it, put it at the bottom, and this makes price action fit pretty well. Larger downtrend working lower. Okay, I'm just going to zoom back in. Price action keeps working lower. Now, what is the bias? It's clearly bearish. This means we're looking for high probability setup to sell. Even though we want to sell, I cannot just sell a first entry at the bottom here, not even at the EMA, because I don't know when the prices are going to pull back. So the whole time I'm just waiting for nice two-legged pullback at the EMA, but that's not happening. So pretty much what I have to do is just keep in mind that I don't want to be buying. Doesn't matter how oversold it looks. Don't even think about buying. Okay, market keeps going sideways a little bit. And you can see, okay, we keep pushing lower. So I'm just going to look for additional channel, something like this. I'm going to copy it, put it at the bottom. Now you don't have to be looking too much for the width trend channels. They can help you, but sometimes if the trend is strong, you can have many breaks and new pushes to new extreme, new pushes to new extreme. But it's helpful to have an idea what is the temporary shortened channel inside of the main one. But you cannot deny how strong the downtrend is. Prices keep working lower, and notice we're finding the support at the bottom trend channel line. And if it's going to hold, which is holding nicely, this is confirming our channel. Now we're correcting to the EMA, new low, first entry short, second entry short, another first entry short. I cannot take it. I need to redraw the shortened uptrend. Okay, we're breaking here, breaking new extreme for the uptrend. This is good. So this means that the bullish correction played out. Okay, I can't really take it. The signal bar is bullish bar. Okay, now we have a lower high. But this lower high, notice how stacked it is. You have a bunch of bars stacked right next to each other, very sideways. If you took this trade right here, I can see why. But it's just a little bit too sideways for my liking, so I recommend being a little bit patient here. But you can already see that EMA keeps rejecting, the key entry points are rejecting. And notice now we have felt second entry long, which at this point, this is a bullish trap, because all the bulls who are buying the micro support in a downtrend like this are going to get trapped, because this micro support is insignificant because the main context of the market is bearish. They're going along right into the EMA, and since this is the second entry long failure counting from this high, because it's the highest high of this correction, this is where you reset the count. First break higher, so first entry long failed. Second bar that we broke higher, second entry long. So this right here is a high probability setup. You're going short at the support, but because it is now a failed second entry long, it's a trap of bulls. You can now go short because the key entry points are holding even more. So failed second entry long of 2 key entry points in bearish downtrend. The lower high if you took, a little bit more aggressive, but definitely not a horrible setup. And market continued working lower. Okay, I'm going to redraw the short uptrend. And prices keep going higher. I cannot sell as long as we're above EMA. So I'm just going to be patient. I want to see prices push below EMA and give me a lower high. But it's not happening. Prices just keep working higher. So what I have to do is I have to redraw the shortened uptrend. And I also want to redraw a trailing range, because I can see EMA flattening. And we have price swings through the EMA up and down. However, I cannot sell as long as we're above the EMA, because this is quite a confirmed uptrend, and we're just bouncing off the bottom of the trend channel line. So the stronger correction may follow, because in price action there's a push phase and correction phase, and this was a deep push phase, so stronger correction phase may follow. So you don't want to be picking top just yet. You want to wait for push below EMA and then start thinking about setups. So I'm just waiting. Okay, have a small break, new extreme, but price action keeps working even higher. Okay, now we have a low high, but the signal bar is not ending well, too low. I don't want to take it, and because we never close below EMA, you may think about failed second entry long. I'm just gonna extend the key levels, and you can see this is starting to confirm the trend range. Break new extreme, push back below, and notice what you have: new high, first entry long, pull back, second entry long. But EMA wasn't rejecting at first, followed by this quite a strong bullish bar. And when I was watching this, it felt too stacked, and more importantly, there is some support here. You can see you have triple test here, and the bar, the bullish bar, bounced off the same support. And given the fact it's quite sideways, you know, I felt not confident about this. I was sitting on my hands. But if you took this setup right here, I am willing to market more aggressive because it's a little bit more advanced to understand what's going on locally. Because here you have triple test here and the big bullish bar. We never really rejected strongly off the EMA, but you can see that something is not going correctly here. So you've gotten stopped out here, unfortunately. That's okay, that's part of trading. You're taking a chance, and market ended up working lower. Okay, so this is confirming the bearish bias again. The trend range held. You want to buy low, sell high. We're trending lower, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to redraw the short and downtrend. Now, why am I thinking bearish? Well, because the main trend, as you can see, is clearly bearish. You can see the bottom trend line is holding, and this downtrend right now also needs to get new extreme. So I'm combining the main bearish downtrend with this medium one that is expected to get new extreme, and also the trend range is expected to go from the resistance all the way down here. So you can see how I'm using different price action rules to still give me a bearish bias, and I'm looking for high probability setups to sell. So I'm looking for a second entry short at the EMA. New low, first entry short. I'm going to redraw the short and uptrend, break new extreme, which means that the correction played out where at the EMA, at the key entry point, and a great tier 1 signal bar. So this is a second entry short, textbook signal bar. You have room to scalp out. I took this setup myself, and this is a great high probability setup. Now, you want to be a little bit careful, maybe going for full 8 takes, because the support is here and it's showing some reaction. So the smaller scalp may be the right idea. But if you took 8, you just had to ride this out. The market slowly but surely chopped back to these lows. Okay. I'm going to redraw the short and uptrend. Now, when I was watching this, I was expecting quite a bullish bounce, but notice what is happening. As I can see that the prices are stalling here, there is a micro resistance being formed, and notice we have a second entry short. But it's not only that, it also formed triple top, one top, double top, triple top. So here we have second entry short alongside with the triple test, great signal bar, bouncing off the resistance, closing below EMA, and the downtrend to the left still needs to get new extreme. So once again, great high probability setup, and this is what you're looking for. If the trend is down, the high probability setup is going to be the two-legged pullback at the key entry point, and you're looking for reasons to validate the short entry. The more reasons you find to enter, the better. This was quite a quick scalp, and market continued working lower, and this downtrend created a break and a new extreme. And notice, why are you right now expecting a little bit stronger bullish correction here? Not only because you have a break and a new low for the downtrend, but also notice how sideways it is getting. In trend, you should have consistent series of low highs and low lows, but this is one steep push down and a very broad and sideways structure. So the more sideways this is, the less likely the price action is going to continue working lower. So even if I have a second entry short here, I cannot take it. Okay, it's no second entry short. We have a second entry short here, but it's not at the EMA, not at the key entry point, just in the middle of no man's land. I can't take it. Not interested. And just like we talked about, we expect stronger bullish push up. Okay, so I'm going to redraw the short and uptrend. Okay, and notice what we have. New high, first entry long, micro double top resist the count. So I'm going to start counting from this high again because we have micro double top. First entry long, this high is lower than this. Pull back, second entry long, off the EMA, off the trend line, and also small triple test. We have quite a few triple tests today. So you have a second entry long, auto triple test, and this is a great tier 1 bullish reversal bar. Now normally I'm not too excited to be buying while the trend is down, but we already established the fact that this is 2 sideways, 2 range like, and because it is so nicely confirming 2 key entry points alongside with the support triple test, you can consider taking this. Second entry long, such a great signal bar. Trend is weakening, so definitely a decent setup to take a chance. And you're also bouncing off the range lows, most likely heading to the range highs. Okay, we have an overshoot, and notice what is happening. Our trend line is getting confirmed. So at this point, what I'm expecting is a failed second entry long. We're breaking outside of the channel, which according to trend line rule, we expect for prices to create new extreme. Okay, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. Okay, it's above EMA, I cannot take. It didn't even trigger. You have a second entry short, but in the middle of no man's land, just kind of hanging there. Everything is too congested. Okay, nothing is much happening. I really want to see a clean setup here. So I'm just respecting the trend range, respecting the bearish bias. We have only first entry short. Nothing here. EMA exactly on these bars, so just wait it out. Okay, new low, only first entry short. We're breaking higher. This uptrend has a break and a new extreme. We have a breakout above this consolidation. We're breaking lower, and since I'm expecting new low, I'm expecting a lower high or failed second entry long, and market never even pull back. So prices just plummeted lower. So unfortunately, I can't really take a setup here. I just need to sit here and watch it go. Now I'm expecting second entry short at the EMA, but we don't get it. Okay, prices keep trending higher. Okay, and this is very odd because the market now is reversing quite strongly. So we had a break and attempt to create new low for the downtrend, and we have massive bullish reversal. Now we have a second entry long, but when I'm watching the uptrend like this live, I have a small break, new extreme, so I can't really take it. I would need high low, and at this point you're not sure if there's going to be one more push lower, so I'm just going to be waiting. And notice the price action is strongly reversing all the way back up. Okay, so at this point it's starting to be obvious that the market cycle is shifting. The sellers are considering this attempt enough, and we have right now a brand new bullish trend, a brand new series of high highs and high lows. Notice how EMA keeps projecting, and this was the first very strong and steep tight leg, and notice the second leg is much flatter, so this is resembling spike and a channel pattern. And you always have to be looking for channels, for patterns. So I'm going to connect the first swings at the bottom, I'm going to copy, put it at the top. So this is nicely fitting spike and a channel. We have overshoot, which we expect stronger bearish momentum, can lead straight to the break or reversal. Just going to redraw the short-term downtrend. Break new low, push above EMA, and I have high low, but notice this high low is forming so far up at the very top of this bullish leg. I cannot enter so far up this high. So since the high low didn't form that well, what is the next setup? The failed second entry short that I'm expecting. Why am I expecting failed second entry short? Well, because this uptrend going to trendline rules needs to get new extreme. So let's see if we're gonna get it. And we have a new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short failure. Great signal bar, almost closing on its high, managed to close above EMA, and because the uptrend needs to get new extreme, this is a good failed second entry short. And market created new extreme, so I'm just gonna make it new high. I'm gonna be careful. Now the price action keeps working here. So here what I can do is I can also start looking for possible channel like this, a little wider one, because the price action is getting confirmed here and here again. So counting from this high, I have first entry long, second entry long, but the signal bar is bearish bar, I can't take it. And now we have a first second entry short. Once again, from the highs, I'm counting for second entry longs, and from the lows, I'm counting for second entry shorts to fail. And it is a 2 key entry point. So if this triggers, the signal bar is quite neutral, but you may consider this if it gets triggered, but it never triggered. So the failed second entry short here never triggered above the bar that you would want to enter. It stalled with another doji, and now we have two dojis right next to each other. Notice how price action is starting to stall. So this is indicating to me, okay, the bullish momentum is not there, and unfortunately I can't enter. So even though it reached a tiny scalp, don't even worry about this. This is two sideways now, two dojis right next to each other. Just be patient. Okay, market keeps working lower. Can redraw the short-term downtrend. We have first entry short. Okay, EMA keeps rejecting. This leg down needs to get new low. So what am I expecting? Second entry short for new low. But the second entry short is not forming. There is no trigger above these bar highs for pullbacks. There is no second entry short. By the time you get second entry short, you cannot sell below this bar. Doji bar with the bullish body, you definitely cannot sell. It's too low anyway. You want it to form somewhere here. So you're just waiting. Okay, you're above EMA, so now you cannot go short. You can't really go long either because this is too sideways. And market is starting to go higher. Now it's getting too late. So the wider channel ended up creating a break and a new extreme following the trendline rule. And you can see you even have reversal pattern here. You have a new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. But at this point, it's getting quite late, so you're not really want to be trading. But you can see you have uptrend, break, new extreme trendline rule, first entry long, second entry long, failure. This is indicating to you that you can start looking to sell because it's a reversal pattern. So we didn't have many setups here, quite a long time without any setup, but it's okay. You're sitting on your hands following the rules. And then you have a couple of these setups, a couple nice short setups with the longs. And on the way up, we didn't have that many long setups either. Only a failed second entry short that I really like. So I hope you had a great trading day. I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck with your trading.